Again, and I wanted to go over the project assignments for you. You will have 2 projects that are due this semester, and those dates will be listed on the syllabus, and so you can one is halfway through and the other is towards the end, but let me go ahead and go through this. As mentioned previously, your topic and your topic only is due on the 10th. You need to know what maybe topics you wanted to look at. We could go to osha.gov, and this will get you to the OSHA website. And if you start looking in the standards, you can go to the laws and regulations, and it kind of sets it out via topics if you want to look at it that way. And this may help you with some of the topics that you want to talk about. And so if you have any issues trying to decide between one or two, or if you cannot think of what to talk about whatsoever, please let me know, and I will definitely try to help you with that. So once you have your topic chosen, project part 1 is going to be that you are going to be talking about that topic. You're going to research the history and the specifics of whatever regulation that you decide you're going to write on. We will write a 2-page paper with regard to that. You're describing why the regulation was put into place, the history of that. You want to make sure that you talk about the regulation specifics and what that regulation is about. And then the last part of it is that you're going to have where you include 3 real world examples of how this applies to the workplace. Now this can be from your current, it can be from a past job, it can be from how you're going to utilize it in the future, something like that, but it will be 3 working examples of that. If you have not yet worked a job, or you are currently working in something totally different, try to utilize something that maybe you can find on the internet. There's tons of examples out there depending on what your topic is. I do want to go ahead and show you the rubric real quick for this, and this will also be on Canvas, and so you can see this. The writing portion of it will be listed down below. I'll go over that here in just a second. And then the paper requirements are pretty straightforward. Essentially what I try to do is to grade apples to apples instead of apples to oranges, and so everybody has the exact same 1-inch margins, the exact same font, the double spacing, everything else with regard to between paragraphs, but it's pretty much straightforward. So you can see here, do make sure that you include introductory and closing paragraphs, and this paper does need to be at least 2 full pages long, not 2 or 3 lines up. It needs to be full 2 pages, otherwise you will receive a 0 on this. Typically with the topics that are out there, there is more than ample information. You could write a 5-page paper. I'm not asking you to do that, but if you wanted to, you probably could, because there's so much information out there. So do at least the 2 pages that I'm talking about. If you go over, it's not a problem. I'd rather you go over than under, because then you would receive your 10 points. Otherwise you would receive 0 points on that. So it's an all or no credit for that. I know this is kind of sideways, but it does talk about the writing points, the 7, 5, 3, and 0 points, which are included up here in the top part. And so that is how I will be grading that. The second part is going to be, or the second project I should say, is going to be essentially like a reflective paper. I do a little bit different in my face-to-face class, but because this is a summer course, I wanted to kind of know what you learned and how you're going to use this information in your upcoming career. This is kind of what your thoughts are, and so if you want to bring in examples and things like that with regard to your project, that would be great. Or maybe how you've implemented something that you did learn, or something that you talked to somebody else about implementing, or maybe there was a regulation that you weren't following, something like that. But just how you're using it, how you're going to use it, that type of thing. The rubric is going to be for the most part the same. except it is going to be for less points. You will have your 1-inch margin, single space, your font, and then once again it needs to be at least two full pages when you look at it. And then the writing rubric part of it is down here just like that. For both of these, I do want to make sure that you understand this is worth 25% of your grade, and so you do need to make sure that you get these to me on time, because you will receive a 0. Once again, I do not accept late work. This is a big chunk of your grade. You can go ahead and start these papers if you want to, or excuse me, the project 1, and then halfway through the semester I'll open up project 2 so you can have a full month to write that. Do not wait until the last minute to do this. Please take this as a serious assignment, and hopefully utilize some of the things that we'll be talking about in your job, your current job, or maybe recognize that something should have been done in your past job. So with that, I will go ahead and close this video. If you have any questions, just as normal, please make sure that you send me an email via Canvas or other email, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you very much.